When smoking a brisket, the first step is always to trim the brisket. So this is around a 20-pound whole packer brisket, and I'm just removing it from the packaging so that now I can start the trimming. So trimming is basically cutting off any hard fat that won't render during the cooking process, or slicing off any silver skin that will still be chewy, or any excess fat that you don't need. Yes, I'm keeping all the trimmings in a bowl so that we can freeze the meat and save it for maybe soups or stews, and then the hard fat I'm going to use to render later in the video. This was my first time trimming a brisket, and it turned out surprisingly well for a first. After trimming, the next step is to season the brisket. So this is a 50-50 ratio of salt to pepper, and you want to season liberally because it's a big piece of meat, but not too much because we're trying to keep it healthy. Prep the grill by putting some charcoal into the chimney and then lighting it up. Once the chimney is glowing red hot, then you'll know when to pour it out, as you can see here. I'm using a accessory that turns a Weber grill into a smoker, and all you need to do is pour the charcoal in the container and put in some wood chips. I'm using blocks of hickory wood. Now just lay the brisket onto the grill, like so, and then the wood chips or the wood chunks will give a nice smoke so that it'll start cooking the brisket. So apparently, according to Canada's health guidelines, a healthy meal consists of only 25% meat and 50% fruits and vegetables. So naturally, I had to make coleslaw. For that, I shredded cabbage, red cabbage, and carrots. Let it set in the fridge, and for the dressing mix, mayo, white and apple cider vinegar, celery seeds, sugar, salt, and black pepper. Set that in the fridge as well. After around 4 hours, a satisfactory bark has been formed. I slathered butcher paper with a bit of beef tallow that I rendered out of the trimmings to add flavor when the brisket is wrapped. All that's left to do is put it back on the grill for a while until it is probe tender. Now that the brisket is probe tender, I just wrapped it in tinfoil and towels for extra insulation and lay it inside a cooler overnight to rest. The next side was corn. Just cover 750 grams of frozen corn, because it feels healthier than canned corn, with boiling water. Once the corn is at your preferred tenderness, strain and in a bowl mix with salt and pepper and a bit of butter. Not too much because remember, healthy, but enough to keep it tasty. And a couple hours before serving, mix the coleslaw vegetables and dressing. After resting the brisket, it's finally time to slice. Always remember to slice against the grain. This will make it a little bit more tender. Now lay everything down on a plate with some pickles and bread, and this is what we get.